All right, and welcome to Monday Nights. We are here on the edge of Desolation with our heroes, and I'm JM, the GM. This is 13th Age, and you're watching the Iconic Production channel. So last week, our heroes returned from Van Safan Keep and did a bunch of stuff in town. Forged some weapons, chatted with people, there was a shopping spree, there was a moment alone that turned into this weird, awkward group moment between Babe, her gauntlet, and an old man. We're not going to get into it, but if you're intrigued, go back and watch last week's episode. That's right, previous episode. So you guys had decided to head into the sewers at this point and try and figure out what happened to the people who were brought down below.
Okay, we know that 3 people were taken.
No, way more than 3 people.
Well, right, but we know of the 3 people who were taken.
Yes.
Like, we've got names for 3 of them. Okay.
Also, random question. Thinking
random answer.
Back in time, 2 episodes ago, I think.
Purple ooze. Was that the answer you were looking for?
No, it wasn't.
It was random.
But it was close.
Okay.
Where's the person that Rachel saw who, the dead person who was like, oh, find my sister or something?
Find my daughter?
Find my daughter?
He is still on the plains of Dust and Ash, and he has whispered a message into her ear that she will only be able to recall when she stands within the presence of the person it's supposed to go to.
But didn't she tell, or he tell us where the person was? Or
Estelin.
Okay, cool. Which is where we are?
No. It's far to the southwest.
Okay.
Estelin is the forest of the Spell Queen of the elves.
Okay, cool.
Yarp.
Thank you.
You're welcome. That was not random. Yarp.
Kind of random.
Purple ooze.
Purple ooze. That was mine. Turtles. It's turtles all the way down.
I like turtles.
Square root of pi.
So.
Anyway.
Babe's ready to kick ass and take souls. So.
Yeah, she is. Let's do it.
That's scary.
If there's one thing I've learned from running this game, is that Babe is scary. And by extension, your wife is scary. I mean that
She's
in
delightful.
in a very delightful sort of way.
As complimentary as
That's
possible.
right.
It's definitely
Oh,
one of the
was
things
it?
that...
That's
Don't say
dun,
Rachel's
dun,
good
dun.
side.
It's on your face.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. If this were Torg, that would have been where everybody went dun, dun.
I don't know. I'm not going to lie. Y does scare me by stealing all of the blood and bones and corpses of everyone.
But
gonna
why
animate
is
it
scary in the
on
same
accident.
way that Parker is scary in Leverage? Where it's like, okay, Y just doesn't get what everyone else is doing. Babe is scary in the ha ha ha. Yes, I am measuring you for a skin suit. Why do you ask?
All right.
All right, so let's start off with some icon relationship roles.
Delightful.
Now, one thing that may help with, because I know you guys rolled a bunch of them last week, and we were kind of trying to figure out how to use them. So one thing that may help is, in 13th Age, one of the easiest ways to use an icon relationship is an icon relationship lets you answer before you even ask it, is there someone who... ... What do I know about ... Or where can I find ... You can say, hey, I got this token with the Wanderer. Is there someone in town who there is someone in town who knows this thing? And I may come back to you and say, well, who is this person who's associated with Demeloth? And we'll kind of work together. But those are three things that in maybe more traditional role-playing games, you would ask me and I would have everything prepared and ready to roll up on. But that's a way that you can just say, hey, I've got a token with the Wanderer. There's someone in town who has the information I need.
So we tell you
can
that
say,
there is...
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, so, Vave, did you get any icon relationships?
A 6 for Demoth.
Of course you did. Miles.
I got a 5 for the Wanderer.
Excellent. Darul.
6 for the Ruiner.
Rivner?
Rivner?
I like Ruiner, though.
Ruiner!
Very
Wow, I
ominous.
wrote this down wrong.
I got nothing. Second session in a row.
Ripner.
I got a 6 for the Red Alchemist and a 5 for Demeloth. Yeah. Like hustle away.
Just pass those right on over. That's fine.
Right on over.
That's not going to come back to bite anyone, anywhere, in the anything.
In the
So, I know what I said.
I
I know what I said, and I said what I meant.
That's right.
Elephant's Faithful.
Quote my
100%.
one of my favorite movies. I don't know, where do thoughts come from? They just appear. So, what's the plan?
First,
Onward.
By the way, to no one's surprise, Y has wandered off.
Well, did she ever come back from her wandering with Orin?
I don't think she did.
Orion?
She's
Orion?
probably
I
on
don't
a
think she
hot
did.
date.
No.
Okay, so she and Orion
they're
are
off-
like,
they're off on a
they
merry
never
adventure.
came back.
They never came back.
They got distracted, found something shiny.
Ryan Orion's excellent adventure.
That's
I
right.
feel like I should be nervous about
Can
that.
we just talk about how great Chaz was?
Right?
I really enjoyed Chaz last
That was
week.
the
I think everyone did.
Bye-bye. CJD, we're learning.
learning. Well, you know,
So the plan,
The more you know.
Yeah, what were we doing? We were going to the sewers to try and find those 3 people, so...
well, find a whole bunch of people, because I guess in that attack with the scorpion people were dragged into the sewers. I feel like we missed that.
No, I think we heard it, but they were like, oh, we could go explore this giant temple, or we could go into the sewers and save these people.
Why did we decide to go to the temple? Like,
No.
Okay, I'm
Wait,
like
wait.
100% sure we
May I
saw
please?
people being put into the sewers.
No,
or
I'm
we're just-
like pretty sure you're right.
May I please?
It's
Yes.
fine.
I am very confident about where the story happened. We were
I don't think you
told
were there.
You weren't there. They hadn't met you yet.
Was
You were strapped. This was week 1.
this was last week that I'm talking about last week.
Okay, last week.
no.
I'm talking about last week. I'm trying to pick it up. Y'all are all over the place because it was either going to the sewers and investigate the things that were going on, or travel far south to work on Orion's honor,
Right.
or the
That
other
is
pieces
correct.
and the other things.
However, we were talking about the first session where we physically watched our characters before your character was in.
I do.
We physically watched people get pulled into the sewers, and instead of any of us going, we all went, main plot line.
I did miss
Yeah,
that.
we,
Anyways, I was in the mines.
We
I
were
was,
Yeah,
not
you
great
were
heroes.
indisposed.
Don't worry.
I was in webs.
Yeah, you would have been in a compromising position no matter where they had found you.
I was being drained.
That's right.
That's what was
Interesting.
going on.
All right.
Moving
So
on. Sorry.
I feel bad, but that's fine.
We're here now, and that's what matters.
Sewers! Is it though? Into the sewers.
That's how my games work.
So
Totally fine.
I guess we should go and talk to Boaz and see if he knows anything about this.
Didn't we talk
Perhaps
to
he has
Boaz?
a map.
No, we did.
Did we get a map
Yeah,
of
you
the
talked
sewers?
with him last week about it.
Yeah, Boaz was telling
the
us.
sewers?
Yeah.
Were we given a map of
You
the
were not.
sewers?
No.
You just had a
No.
map of the sewers.
Would anyone have a map of the sewers?
No, we talked
Would
to
it
him
help?
about the
Wouldn't, like-
auction.
Okay.
Wouldn't like City Hall have a map of the sewers since they're the
No.
ones who designed it?
They didn't.
And-
They didn't build the town. They built the town on top of a ruin.
So is this
Wow,
the ruin
that's
or is this
sketchy.
Sure.
Rule number 1,
Oh.
never build a town
I thought I was
on a
I thought I was about to get somewhere. I was like, government, City Hall, and of course, government has once again let us down. Anyway, here we are.
If only.
That is just everything you need to know about 13th Age. No, I'm just
And
If
I
government?
think we need to just go on a mission and start searching
Yeah,
through,
can we
because
just
I'm
trudge?
good with that too.
Just want to go. just
Yeah,
straight-
I don't
okay, we
think-
can-
If only we had a Fate Weaver.
I was going to say, I can like take a spool and just kind of keep going, and that way we know where
or
we
you
are.
could try and figure out where
I
we
totally
should
went
go
off screen.
to.
I mean, I can do that too. I can do 2 things.
You're so useful.
I
You
can-
can do so many.
I can unweb things. Just a little string. I mean, if somebody cuts it, then
Oh, then we're...
We're screwed.
That's why we make markings on the walls.
yeah, and if
That's
the
what
But then,
labyrinth
like-
happens in those little.
No, that's what dwarves do.
Just
No, as a dwarf.
exactly like that, too.
Okay,
I like this.
I've lived in the mines. I lived in
As
the
a
mines.
dwarf.
One of my backgrounds is also volcanic explorer.
Yes.
I've got a few different ways.
So in 13th Age, between backgrounds and icon relationships, you should be able to navigate your way back.
Yes.
We're just gonna be
All right.
stuck here forever.
Can you pull on the
Yeah.
strings of fate and let us know where we should go
Meanwhile, a
to?
bunch of
Yeah, I
peasants
could do
walking
that.
by in the street are like, look at that group of adventurers, paralyzed with indecision. Snapshot.
I was going to say, is this what happens when we don't have everybody?
Yeah.
I'm not sure
Tell us
that
where to
it's
go.
So why
really
make it a
Okay.
catalyst for chaos? But
Are we at
Also
the
very decisive.
and
Are we getting
Are
ready
we
to
at
crawl into
the
the sewers?
It's your
entrance
choice.
of
Are you
the
heading into the
sewers?
sewers? Yes, you find there are a number of large stone discs that are set into the ground, and they all bear the same marking. There is a large runic triangle set inside the circle, and there are strange letters around the outside, and you kind of notice that no matter where you are in the city, this symbol is replicated, but the language around the edges seems to have changed.
Well, that's weird. I'm just going to pop it open.
Would I
What
recognize
language?
it?
Yeah.
What do you have?
I'll put it to the side.
Warlord and conqueror of territory.
Nations.
Yeah, nations is better.
Making a note. City Hall
Give me
that
an
did not
intelligence plus conqueror of territories plus level, and don't forget your level 2.
Okay. I know nothing.
Okay,
Okay.
what do you think it means? Like, if you just had to take a wild guess, what do you think it means?
This is the sewer system.
That's what it says.
Cool.
Yeah. Established 008.
Oh, I was just curious what languages they were in.
That's the thing. They seem to be a combination of a number of different, like, alphabets and runic sets.
Huh.
So when we go in,
Yes.
we go through these manhole-like things.
Yep.
Okay,
Darul kind of, as he said, picks it up, sets it off to the side.
neat.
I heard you.
Can I, once I jump down in, can I kind of
Why are you going first?
Can I go first?
Yeah, we should send her.
She jumped in first.
I know she did.
I assume, much like a Todd McFarlane cover, your knees were like way up above your head, and you kind of jumped in like.
Oh heck
She's
yeah.
doing a
You know what I'm
superhero
talking
landing.
about. Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
and then you superhero.
Oh,
land.
yeah.
Oh yeah. Yes, it's bad on your knees, but here we are.
College horror.
So can I as I walk in, can I just take a few steps ahead of everybody and just kind of trace my fingers on the wall to get gain of insight on potentially this part is hard. Kind of some insight regarding maybe instead of the I guess that doesn't matter, but I guess kind of the past about where potentially can I feel where emotional signatures were kind of a pass through.
So you're doing the pull on the weave thing.
Yes, and my brain is not cooperating.
That's
and
fine. I got you.
slaughtered through all that.
Sure. There's nothing really here. The leftover emotional remnants that you find in the sewers are, they're pent up, and then they've been released.
Ew. Mm.
And so for the most part, that's what you're picking up, just sort of a lot here.
Mm.
But you do catch the faintest remnant of terror. Kind of, but it seems to be moving against the flow of the sewer. It's moving back.
Behind us?
So yeah, when you come down, it spreads out in a number of directions. This is not right where you're at this point.
Okay.
So yeah, it spreads out,
Okay.
and you can definitely feel. And as you do that, you see what you think, kind of your thread sort of ends in a large cluster of what looks to be overripe black grapes.
Neat.
Until one of the grapes opens its eye and looks right at you, and this thread snaps.
I have jumped down behind her because why
That's
is she
just what
doing this by herself?
Okay.
So
Yeah,
can I
I'll
go
head on
down too.
against? So can I go against the sewer current?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna start going.
I'm gonna follow.
Stop!
Okay.
Wait! Trip, get back here!
All right. So normally, in say
Damn it!
other games, you may be forced to track resources, like how many torches. Do you light a torch in the methane-filled sewer system? Things like that.
No.
In 13th Age, we rely on things like backgrounds and one unique things and icon relationships. So, how are you all seeing in the darkness that is down here?
Again, from my background, life in the mines and volcanic explorer, I'm just giving my eyes a second to adjust and then moving on forward. I'm gonna follow the big Va. I'm gonna follow Trip because I don't know what else is going on. I don't know which else to go.
Okay.
Hey, do you still have your friend?
I do.
Nice.
The one.
How are you? How are you
Since-
seeing in the dark here?
I'm used to sneaking through temples. I would probably be doing that at night.
Okay.
And so I'm similarly to how he's doing it, letting my eyes adjust and
So it's
finding my way through.
so with the dwarf, he's got just sort of this inherent ability to let his eyes adjust into the dark. You don't. So do you also have? So this is like pitch black. There's not even starlight.
So
do you have like unguents or magical powders?
I was going to say also the fact that I'm a Pantherian.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll
I
totally
can use my cat.
Yeah, you're
eye
kind of also
changing
hearing.
things.
Yeah. All right. Vade, what about you?
Things, that's a bad way to say
I'm
that.
possessed by a
I
spark,
just butchered
Mhm.
everything.
so I would say like the spirit
Par for the
or
course
other
today.
sparks will light up the.
All right.
That was very creative.
Thank you.
Everybody on that side is great.
And then there's me. Just
You're
gonna
doing
say
I'm rooting for you.
I'm
You're
a spider.
I knew it.
Yeah.
I am a plague elf who was an assassin previously and has been experimented upon. I am quite confident that I can see in pitch black, and I was trying to decide. I think it's if it was more heat signatures of things,
Okay, Predator.
then
Okay.
No. This is just what happens here.
Holding.
Yes. Heat signatures of things and people. Also, like, faint magic. Because I was always on alert for, like, traps and stuff, or wards. And so just kind of aware of what is around us in these tunnels.
Okay. So these are definitely, at least where you're at now, they seem to be. Well, Darula, you recognize them as dwarven work. Whatever used to be here, Druthan was built on top of dwarven sewers.
Oh, good. This should make sense.
And again, remember, the dwarves of your people, right? The dwarves kind of Centauri have sort of fallen and exist now. Like, this kind of stuff is beyond them.
Of Centauri, I'm from
Well, no, that
Crandor
Centauri
and
is, yeah.
Gatemark.
Centauri's the continent.
Oh, okay.
So, like, the dwarves of your people are definitely a little more barbaric, a little bit less refined than those who built these kind of things. So you're kind of walking through, I'm going to use it again because it makes Lee giggle, the bowels of not just of Druthan, but of, like, the dwarven empire that used to spread this far north. At this point, all of the Krondok Hold is all that's left of the dwarves in this area, and it's a small...
So big, long bowels.
Yeah. So, all right, we are going to do, as you guys are heading deeper and deeper into the sewers and into the tunnels that connect to the sewers, we're going to run it as a montage.
Cool.
So, Miles, we'll start with you.
Cool.
What is something that you guys encounter in...
Right off the bat, the sewers start, like, running, like, flowing faster. And
Okay.
it's hard to...
So it's starting to overflow, it's starting
Yeah.
to get up onto the walkways. Does it seem natural? Does it seem unnatural?
I'm gonna say unnatural,
Okay.
based on what happened to her.
All right, so there's some sort of malevolent force that is trying to flush the Obsidian Souls away before they can get close to the investigation. Who has a way to stop this flow?
Droll with these barbaric dwarves have had, like, you know how, like, with trains where you just kind of, like, click and the flow, like, flow could go, like, it's coming at us and suddenly we click something and it just goes...
No, it's a tunnel built in stone. You can't just, like, shift an entire tunnel built in
Yeah,
stone.
you can.
Door slammed in your
I was gonna say.
Can you... Is there
No.
any way that you can utilize your webs? Can you ask Trip if she can build some webs up? or
Trip
start doing
understands you.
something? I mean, She's
I
just
think
looking
it's
at-
fun.
I eat him now, yes?
Yes.
I think it's funnier when he goes, "Can you ask her?"
Yeah, but only if you speak really loud and slowly to Colin before she translates.
Makes me think back to the days when I tried to understand Varling.
How'd it work for you? Anyway, I was actually going to say, with this conversation going on, Colin just kind of looks over
That's the water rush.
and sees like a crack in the wall and just kind of sets her claws in and breaks it.
Okay.
And so then it does divert like she was talking about.
So you're going to build a little dam to kind of...
Or more like,
Die?
I saw where there was
No.
a hole kind of forming and made it larger so that it would flow down
Okay.
that hole.
Like an
versus
old
into
tunnel.
us.
So the overflow would flow into an old tunnel.
Mhm.
All right.
Mhm.
All right. So you guys have weathered this thing. What's the next? Yeah, it's not pretty.
Doesn't smell.
If this were Zweihander, I would go into a lot of detail into what you just
How
picked
about-
up disease-wise
I can
and what you're
promise
walking through.
that
But
I'm
this
not
is
licking
13
myself
pages,
clean
shiny
this time.
fantasy.
It is shiny fantasy. Also, I'm probably immune to it already because I do have poison resistance.
And we
Um,
all got the plague.
That's right.
That's how
Buboes
this
all
game
around.
As we begin again, those weird grape things are definitely filling the air, or not the air, but the tunnels, and
I solved
Are-
this by walking the other way.
well, and something about their presence has started to fill this tunnel with a gas or poison. And so I'm not sure if it's them releasing it.
So there's
Or
some
dog.
sort of
Ooh.
there's some sort of toxin in the
Yeah,
air.
yeah.
What happens if the group doesn't get past this? What's the effect of the toxin?
The effect of the toxin is going to be unconsciousness and being swept downstream.
Is it flammable?
That might be efficient travel.
But we're
Yes,
trying to go
but we
the
wanna
other
go
way.
upstream.
And risk drowning.
Hypothetically speaking,
Yeah.
could one create masks out of webs and potentially be able to filter enough that it does not, at least it slows down effect and we can get through it?
Sure.
I already have one of my scarf wrapped around my face, but
I also have
You
a-
can't. Nope. You guys can't solve it like that.
oh, I know.
This is something else. So you want to solve it by using your webs?
Yes.
All right.
So I put webs atop your little scarfy scarves.
Excellent.
I'm just
I'll put
imagining
it
Spider,
underneath.
like the Spider-Man, just like shooting webs at that guy's face, and he's like,
Yeah. Well, that's exactly what Trip does to you.
"Oh, that's rude."
You give me one and I
Just
put it on.
gentle little
Group-
pat.
Group cohesion. It too is a myth. All right. So what's the next thing? So you guys have made your way deeper under the city, and you are starting to see evidence of the people who have been abducted. Boots, pieces of metal, they're kind of lying on the paths that you are walking.
So what do we encounter and how
Yeah,
do we
what's-
solve it?
Well, just what do you
Or,
encounter?
I'm sorry,
Someone
what
else
do we
gets,
encounter? Sorry.
Yeah. No, that's fine.
Shoot, I'm sorry. I solved this without having something.
It's okay.
Just bring it.
I mean, could it be as bad potentially as finding like someone's corpse?
Yeah. Whose corpse did they find?
Well, hopefully not Theo or Nalda or Logan's.
Okay.
That would be good.
An elderly man who's clearly lived his life well.
He was ready.
Careful.
We don't want any emotional impact for this dead body we found.
So I think that we would be finding somebody's corpse that has maybe like some form of like maybe some kind of like you know how I have the scorpion amulet? Maybe it has like a scorpion mechanical thing that is like still with it, and that thing is now threatening us.
Okay, so there's some sort of small construct in the way
Yeah.
that'll either attack you or perhaps run off and alert people.
Exactly.
All right. Vave or Darul, how do you guys deal with this?
Do it.
Can I bring it back from the dead? The guy?
You can bring the guy back from the dead. And how does he deal with the scorpion construct?
I mean, is it attached to him or
Was it attached to him?
was it like a bionic arm?
I mean, I would say it's attached to him.
Okay. So yeah, you can. Are you trying to bring him back from the dead? So you
Or
can't
animate
resurrect him, but you can definitely animate him. Like, right?
So,
you'll bring
I
him back
need
as the
to-
undead, not back to life.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
I can deal with that.
All
So
right.
you could just bring him back to life and trick the scorpion thing
What?
to come. Sorry.
Yeah. No, that's fine. No,
To
I know,
come
it's so
towards him and then just like destroy.
What do you got?
I was just gonna smash him. This is way
Okay, I'm going to be animating this very old man.
Who's lived a full and happy life
Many
and
children.
died not before his time.
And yet now.
He's just gonna start ripping it apart.
Okay. In a horrific orgy of violence, this old man comes back to life and engages in fisticuffs against a small mechanical scorpion. And Vabe just kind of...
Pulls the strings.
Do you just drop him afterwards? Just like, blip, done.
I'm gonna like scoot him into the flow, so he just kind of goes.
Oh my word.
Sparky has no facial expressions, but his eyes definitely take on a slightly jealous bent. What's the next thing that the group encounters?
A wall.
Just all
Just
right.
a wall.
Darul.
Like a
All of the
tunnel?
so do all of the like the tracks and everything that you follow kind of lead to this wall?
Mm-hmm,
The
but it's
horror,
a
the
dead
terror
end.
thread.
Yes.
So where is the flow from the sewers in relation to this wall?
Kind of this is like a little alcove off of the main track.
Okay. So we've got space to work.
Mm-hmm.
There's not like water coming from it
Nope.
or anything like that.
Nope.
Good that you're checking.
Just trying to get a better understanding.
And we
No.
all drown.
Yeah,
And
don't
then we all
bust through the wall.
no. Stop
No,
it.
no, that's because you checked the water.
So now we're not going to drown.
So
is
yeah,
what she's
so
saying.
now we're not going to
We're
drown.
safe.
When a
You're
fake
not
weaver,
going to drown.
when
Did I say that wrong?
when a fake weaver starts saying things
You listen.
scary sometimes. I don't know if it should be good that we have such a sarcastic person as a fake weaver. This is gonna bite us in the ass at some point in time.
No.
No, you're fine.
All right, how
Moving
are we
on.
getting past this wall?
Thinking. It seems pretty clear that this wall is one that we need to.
Yes, all the tracks lead directly to this wall.
Yes.
You could look for a lever. Like a
Or smash it with
dwarven
a hand.
thing.
I mean, as much as I just want to smash this with a hammer, actually, what I'm going to do. That's my MO, man.
All right, Isma.
But, yeah, basically, put it in a box and then another box and then mail it to myself. I want to call on Miles to utilize his skills as a rogue to help me figure out, say, Miles, come here! There's got to be some switch. There's got to be something else. There's something here. Help me figure this out. Everybody look.
All right,
To be able to
Miles,
find a lever to get
yeah, I'm going to start looking for a lever then.
give me a intelligence plus level plus background in finding hidden levers.
Am I doing this too? Or
Intelligence.
No, you called in Miles. This was your phone a friend.
This is my phone a friend.
Yeah.
I'm going
at,
to
like,
use my
calling it-
rival temple infiltrator.
Okay.
And I got a 27.
Woo.
Huh. All right. You very clearly find a piece of the worked stone that pops free, and there is a series of levers behind it.
Your turn. Or
How
should
did-
I just do
how did
it?
the
I
two-
should
how did the
probably
two
just
of
do
you-
it.
Together.
How do you two work it out?
How many levers are there? Are there any words?
There are no words. There are 3 levers.
3 levers can I...
Are they colored?
They are not.
Cool. What do we want to do, folks?
Oh, the lever.
We got 3 levers.
That's what I've been saying in my head this whole time.
Pull the lever?
Feeling
All
I
right.
shouldn't smash it with a hammer.
No, do not smash it with a hammer.
Okay.
Tonight's episode.
I
brought
spent
to
a
you
lot of
by
effort
Emperor
trying to find this
Should we
thing.
do it one at a time?
I feel like we
Or
should...
like just all of them?
Is there anything else on the wall?
There's not.
Can we tell if the levers are leading to anything else or anything? Is it just a lever in the wall?
There are 3 levers in the wall. This is still part of the montage. How would you, Darul, solve...
I'm pulling the middle one. Just straight
That's kind of
up.
what I
Just
was
reach in,
thinking.
middle one.
Okay. You pull it, you hear a thunk noise. And then part of the floor starts to slide away.
Pull the other one.
Flip it back up.
You should start-
not like in a, oh god, we're all gonna die sort
That's
of way, but
definitely what
more
I'm
of in a,
imagining.
there's
Open the door.
a door in the floor sort of way.
A door in the floor.
Yes.
Should we pull the other ones? Should
I
we
think
just
we
go through?
Let's look. What
Go
can
down.
We, see?
We should go.
Big
What can we
enough
see? What
to
can we
go
see?
through?
As the one person whose miniature is probably to scale, yes, you can still fit through the door.
Cool.
Can we see?
Yeah, there's a series of iron bars that go down. You can see more of these grape clusters kind of sticking to the ceiling, and they seem to be pulsing.
Can I go
Black
up
pulsing
and look?
grapes.
Yeah, I want to look at one.
What
You
if
have to go
what
down.
if the other levers open other doors?
I'm gonna pull another lever.
Which lever?
Right side.
Right side?
Yeah.
Nothing happens.
You're like ringing a bell somewhere.
Yeah, I think we should stop while we're ahead.
Just go down the. Let's
Yeah.
let's go.
It's like it's not lunch yet.
It's not lunch yet.
Where is that
okay.
infernal ringing coming from?
So these like grape eyes are watching us?
No, there are large clusters of, like, they look like large grapes from where you're standing, and they are very glossy and shiny and reflective.
Should I shoot one with a crossbow?
I would like to go and look at one.
All right,
Yeah,
so
you should do that.
so you go down first.
I go down first.
I'll go in after her.
All right, the two of you are
grab
down there.
Trip and go, no, I go down first.
Trip was like,
You can see they're clustered around the entrance and then kind of grow more sparse as they head back down the tunnels. You can hear just a ton of smell of water flowing, but the smell of the sewers as you kind of go down the ladder seems to sort of abate. And even though this looks like a waterway, there's just a little bit, like a small trickle of water in the center of these basins. And it seems to be... It's not fouled. I'm not saying it's pure water, but it's definitely not sewage.
Okay.
All right, so as the two of you look at them,
They look back.
they do not look back.
That's good.
However, for each of you, you see that, like, a point starts to poke at the edge of the grape, and the whole thing starts to distend around this one singular point.
I mean,
Like, is it starting to come out of the wall towards us?
Out of the orb, like, out of the grape,
well,
pointing
I
right
move,
at, like, the center of your...
Okay, so I move so it's not pointing directly at the center. It doesn't move with me.
It not only moves, but it cuts the flesh of the surface, and this black-purple ichor just flows out of it.
Wait, these orbs aren't like this big. You're talking
They're like this big.
okay.
Yeah.
I was imagining grapes.
Yeah, he said grapes, and so that's the size I was thinking too.
And I said they were grape-like clusters.
Right, and so I thought
That's totally fair. Bodies start to spill out of these things as more and more of them rupture.
I want to go down.
I'm
Okay.
gonna immediately stab one of them.
All right, we're going to need initiative rolls.
Oh,
Aw.
But
Alright.
why wouldn't you if it's gonna come out and start attacking?
Well, is it one of the townsfolk?
Oh,
Well,
it doesn't look like a townsfolk. It looks like an ooze to
oh
me.
my Lanza.
so you went down. You were over here.
Wait, no, I'm right behind her.
No, we went and we were looking at the clusters.
Oh, I was following you, looking at the same cluster.
Oh,
That was-
he's right behind
That
me.
was my hope.
Nice.
What'd you
All right.
roll?
I rolled
So
natty
those
20.
they rupture and
Gross.
spill 5 bodies that were curled up really tight, and as they hit the ground, they sort of sit up and look at you, and you see spiders start to come out of their mouths.
That's disgusting. Yeah, I'm 100% gonna stab one immediately.
Are they undead?
For initiative,
Yes, would you get?
I rolled a natural 20, which is a 26.
Trip goes on like 4.
I think it's now 5.
Ooh.
Look at you moving up in the world.
I got a 22
You're very fast.
plus.
Dex plus.
Darul,
17.
Dex plus.
Vave,
10,
Got an
16.
16.
Oh.
Cool.
Colin, you are up first.
Sweet. So spiders are coming out of the mouth of this thing. I
Yes.
slash it away, or attempt to. Attack. A 17. Can I hit?
A 17 does not hit.
What?
Yikes.
Kind of what I was afraid of. Oh wait, no, 18. Sorry, with my claws. I forgot. Sorry, I forgot to.
Yeah, an 18 will hit.
Sorry. Okay. Sweet. What am I rolling? Okay.
What's your initiative?
17?
And I will add my elemental claws.
Okay.
To this. 13.
And these are mooks if you have something that affects.
Oh. Okay.
Is this a D?
Good to know.
12.
My
That was
critical
12.
range.
Yeah, that's right.
But thank you. So if I get a 17, it's a crit. That is 20 points of damage.
20 points of damage?
Yes.
All right. You immediately strike 2 of them dead. What does it look like?
In my kind of jumpiness and haste of it, I kind of grab one by the head and swing it around and just smash 2 of them into the wall, and then kind of go, whoop,
Yep.
my bad.
Their heads split like
Yeah.
overripe melons.
Did
Yeah.
more spiders come
Oh.
out?
Yeah.
Oh, that was gross.
Just like a ton of spiders just pour free from their heads.
That's so disgusting.
Yummy.
Yeah. You hear from behind you sort of a
Oh.
and 2.
Oh, that's not so bad.
You see these toads slick with the violet slime as they pop up, and you can see things just swarming over their skin.
Where
That's
are
never mind.
Spiders
I'm up.
controlling?
Okay.
They're each going to make an attack.
They're higher than a
Good, I appreciate
23 or
Yeah.
22 initiative.
Yeah, they go on 22, and in JM's games, monsters wins ties.
Wow.
So, would one say that they are covered with purple ooze?
Purple ooze and spiders.
Neat.
Neato.
All right. They close the distance. The first one tries to hit you with its tongue, and you can see things moving on its tongue.
Wait, who?
Does a 18 hit your PD?
Yes.
And it's an even hit.
Ah.
All right, it hits you for 8 points of damage, and you can feel its tongue or something on its tongue worm its way into your skin.
Oh,
That's brutal.
You will,
oh I
That's
don't like this
yucky.
feeling, and I felt it before. I don't want to do this again.
does a 19 hit your PD?
Yep.
You will only take 8 points of damage as you manage to
Okay.
snap back.
I am happy about that.
It is now Miles' turn. Miles,
Yes.
you are surrounded by spidery mooks and slimy spidery.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Toads.
definitely try and kill these mooks.
Okay.
All right.
Kill the
I
toad.
can't hit things.
What'd you get?
I rolled a 3.
Okay. But hey, your dagger, now when you miss, increases your AC by 1 for the round.
I know. I am excited about that.
From the obsidian?
Yeah. So you're just going to get to use that ability right now.
Yep. I was
Yay.
really excited about hitting because I I finally figured out how, like, I can attack hard now.
You can.
So, yeah. Good at words.
All right.
Oh, do I do miss damage?
You do miss damage.
2, I
2
believe.
points of miss damage. So what does your miss damage look like?
It's me, like, slicing out, but, like, the mook, in his ooziness, it just sort of, like, goes through.
All right. We're gonna use this on you. So you hit with your miss, or you miss, but does an 18 hit your MD?
Yes.
The one that you hit sort of pushes you back, and you, Colin and Dave, you see he steps right, and they push him back right in one of those grapes, which pops, and for a brief second, your head is encased in spiders, and I need you to make another attack roll.
Ah, that's
no.
the worst. I'm gonna roll high now.
You are. Wait, no. Yeah.
Get the other dice.
1 second while I pull out the
I'm
dice
gonna
that I'm
laugh.
not confident of.
So
It's gonna be
hard.
nat 20.
No, it was a 4.
What's your total bonus?
So it'll be 9 total.
9. Assuming a 9 does not hit your AC.
No.
All right,
And this is why I don't use those dice.
but you still take 2 points of damage from the
Yeah.
fact
Thought of
that
I know.
That was very smart and highly superstitious.
that was super,
And
super.
yet
Very
super worked
superstitious.
out. Almost.
And
nice.
then on 20, you hear
On a
Oh, I just got chills.
No!
as skittering down the way towards Vave, you see this large scorpion-like thing, and it seems to have a skull in place of its normal head. In fact, the legs seem to be coming out of this large skull, and the tail seems to be coming out of, like, one of the eye sockets. It's all askew. It is going to try and get you with its scrambling claws. Does a, wow, that was awful, 12 hit your PD.
No.
Then you are fine.
he says with disappointment.
All right, Darul,
Seriously.
Vave, and Trip.
Are you sure,
Help me-
like, the mountains aren't going to go before Trip?
I mean, if you'd like, I can narrate that. More old people die in Druthan. An entire new generation of Druthan babies. Born, strangely, 9 months after the Battle of the Herald.
Where am I on the...
You can come down the ladder now. Vave is sort of blocking your way.
Sorry.
You can move through, Vave.
Straight through.
No, but
I
you,
just...
I
I
can
can...
make that
I know.
happen.
why do you want to be?
Important question. Is it temporary or is it forever?
Vave's power is more of a, like, forever sort of thing.
They didn't revoke my medical license for nothing. That's right. Moving on.
Crack.
Vave is all about making new friends.
Right. Out of dead
Literally.
friends.
Out of old friends.
Okay.
Carve this friend out of another friend.
Oof.
So looking down the path, because I would have been climbing down
Yep.
with the group,
Yep.
I can see the scorpion.
You can very clearly see
I'm
the
going
scorpion.
to trigger Barbarian Rage,
Rage.
launch into the scorpion full on, and just try and throw my momentum into...
All right, give me a strength plus level plus what background do you have for, like, leaping off of a ladder over a giant oxen onto a scorpionish monster.
I'm not opposed to using my horns as like an acrobatic assist also.
No, I'm going to just leap straight down. Not any acrobatics, just
through the horns.
just leaping through. So I would utilize my Volcanic Explorer background, because there's going to be a lot of dodgy situations in there with shifting plates or with magma or
Yeah. I will totally allow it.
different things that could be going on and go wrong. I've had more than one.
All right, and because you're raging, I'm going to let you, you'll roll 2d20 and pick the better of the two. Go for it.
That was lucky.
That's not lucky. That's rage.
It's rage. What'd you get?
Mathing. Hold on. 26.
All right. You come leaping down and land on the other side of the scorpion creature. Go ahead and give me your attack roll.
Wait, is he rolling d20s to attack?
Yeah, So that was just to get.
Oh, that was just doing
yeah.
that. Now I'm doing an attack.
Now do your regular attack roll.
Oh, grazie. Appreciate it. Thank you for the clarification. So 25.
25.
So 25.
That'll hit.
It is.
Now remember,
face.
if both of your dice come up 11 or higher.
It was not. One was an
Okay.
8. I did see that. But,
All right.
but thank you. I appreciate I appreciate.
I have a weird question. When he is raging and I have Boon of Destiny, does that add a third d20?
No, it does not affect him while he's raging.
Don't boon him.
You need all the help you can get.
Yeah.
What'd you get?
There's a reason
13
why I
points of
started
damage.
5 at a
13?
time.
Yes.
All right. It is now Vave's turn. Vave and Sparky.
I'm just gonna attack the closest mook with my gauntlet.
Okay. No, go for it.
Okay. It was a weird tone, so I got scared.
You should
I know that feeling so well. I get that.
17 is the mooks, right?
18.
18.
Okay, I got 13.
All right, so you will do miss damage equal to your level.
Okay.
So what does that look like? Why do you not hit him solidly?
I kind of Hulk smash down. He shifts a little bit, just barely dodging it, and then he gets me with his dagger or whatever.
Oh no, you do 2
No,
points
you
to
hit
him. So as long as you don't roll a natural 1 with a melee attack, as long as you don't roll a natural 1, you will do damage equal to your level.
Oh. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to,
super handy.
I guess,
Yeah.
smash
In her
him,
case,
but it
right-handed.
skims his shoulder and kind of yanks it a little bit. So
All right.
his arm is kind of dead.
All right, so you just and now what does Sparky do?
Machete!
He's gonna go with the same guy.
Roll to hit.
Oh yeah, that should hit.
We're at level 2.
Yeah,
23.
hits.
Nice.
Roll your damage for Sparky.
Sparky. Boom. Sorry, I just had to throw it out there
Sparky,
somewhere.
roll 2 d8.
No, he's got his own attack line.
He does
6
roll
points.
1d8. He used to roll a
What?
d6.
6 points.
6 points of damage. All right, how does it look when Sparky kills the one in front of him?
It looks nice.
He kind of goes like this with his machete, and then it
Okay.
just like oozes on.
Yeah, it's just just thousands of spiders
Ugh.
Neat.
in a wave of limbs and hair.
Ugh.
I'm just gonna keep.
Ugh.
You guys have given me a button. I'm just gonna keep pushing it.
I like the spiders. So on one hand, Trip is kind of like, come to me, little guys. And the other side, she's casting Boon of Destiny. And since she started with Focus, because she used her Patient Virtue or Patience or whatever the frackety it was called, she gets to cast it simultaneously on both Miles and Colin. So now they both will roll d20s for the duration of this.
An extra d20?
An extra d20
That's a
to
sigh of
attack
relief.
rolls. In addition, any of their attack rolls also will deal holy damage in addition to any damage that they're already...
Is holy damage going to do anything extra?
Not to these guys.
Cool.
All right, the escalation die clicks up. To
So they're
1.
not undead.
They're
basically.
not undead.
Okay.
That's correct.
Sometimes it's just good to know.
Yeah, you can always ask.
Okay.
Colin, you are up.
Okay, blah, blah, blah. With whatever it is underneath my skin, do not like that. I'm going to attack that toad thing in front of me.
Okay.
Gross.
Do you want to... Can she get the thing out of her skin?
I'm
No.
going to take the 2 and re-roll. Yay, 2 weapon fighting.
Yay!
And that wasn't any better.
What'd you get?
13.
All right,
It was-
so you will
it was
do
a
miss
little bad.
damage.
It was 1 point.
No, it wasn't. That one never got higher.
Oh.
All right.
Want some of these back?
So what does that look like?
Ineffectual scratching against his nose.
All right, well, that one is...
And then I spike up.
All right. So that's going to... one of them, the one that is attached to Colin, you can kind of see the tongue as it's attached. You can kind of see the toad
Ugh.
start making this noise, and it hawks up these two big globules, one coming at you, one coming at you.
Is this considered a melee attack?
No, it is definitely not.
Is it ranged then?
It is
It's
ranged.
a glob that's been
It's
fired out of its
It is a
mouth.
close attack.
It's
So
a loogie.
it is a loogie. 21 versus your PD.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, his? Okay.
21 versus your PD.
Ah.
Yes!
You are both stuck, meaning you cannot move. Save ends. And all of these creatures have a +1 attack against you. So the other one is going to attack you.
Of course.
My fine
Do
bird
you-
friend. See how I just rolled right off the tongue?
It did. It
And
did.
you avoid calling him a furry. That's good.
14. 22 versus PD.
Still hits.
8 points of damage, and still it cannot latch onto you.
Okay.
Keep rolling odds. It is now Miles' turn. You may not move.
But can I attack the things that are next to me?
You may.
Ooh.
You cannot move, disengage, pop free, change position, or let anyone else move you without teleporting. That's what
So
it
you
says
can
right here on my-
teleport.
Do you
You
have
could
Shadow Walk?
teleport.
Would
No.
Shadow Walk be teleporting?
Nope, it specifically has to say teleport.
Oh, okay.
Because Shadow Walk is actually just I'm hiding from everyone.
Got it.
Yeah.
It was just curiosity.
Yeah,
Since
no.
All right. Well, I'm gonna. Oh man, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna. I'm gonna
No,
attack the
don't.
frog that yacked
working on-
me.
Already working on t-shirts for all of you. No, that's rage.
All right. And does
Totally
a
yacked on me.
23 hit the frog?
A 23 hits the frog.
Okay.
They have an AC of 17.
Thanks for telling us.
Okay. So I'm also going to be adding in sneak attack as well as the extra D4 of like poison damage from my mask.
Okay.
Just so am I allowed to do that?
You don't. We'll say that the toad is engaged with both of you.
I can attack the mooks instead if that's
No, that's fine. Go ahead. You do the one that you want to.
okay. I'd like to attack the frog.
Go for it.
So I'm gonna do 11 damage, and the poison. Does he get poisoned? How did that work? for that?
You don't have to use that because they are resistant to poison.
Cool, that works.
So if you want to use
Good
it,
to know.
they're going to take half damage unless you roll really high on your.
No, I'm not gonna use that.
Okay. All right, Miles, give me your save versus the loogie.
Yuck. Do I still get Boon of Destiny for this?
No, it's only attacks, right?
Is it attack rolls or attack rolls and saves for Boon of Destiny?
I'm sorry, I didn't listen.
No, that's fine. Is it attack rolls or attack rolls and saves?
Boon of Destiny is only the attack rolls.
Okay.
The bonds that bind or whatever the
Is
other one is.
Okay.
Yeah.
I definitely don't get away. I rolled a 3.
Yep. You are definitely miring yourself deeper into that
Good.
viscous substance.
Ew.
Got it.
Ew.
All right, my mooks
Yeah.
get to go. Oh, my mooks didn't go last time.
Oh.
Oh well. One of them is going to attack Miles twice. I'm gonna hit you twice, buddy.
I'm definitely dead.
Not dead, remember, just unconscious.
I'm definitely unconscious.
10 points.
Yep.
All right. The other one's going to move up and attack Bave.
I never gave you your thieves' oil.
21 versus AC.
Did we get potions?
All right.
Yeah.
You will get. They will take hit
think
you
I
for
actually have
5
one of them.
points of damage,
But I'm gonna need that.
and then Chitter, chitter, chitter. Darul, does a 23 hit your PD?
Yes.
5 points of damage, sir.
Bully.
As these things try to burrow its tentacles into your flesh. You will take -1 penalty to all D20 rolls.
May
Save
I?
ends.
Tentacles?
Yep.
Body horror
That's okay.
for 500.
What is tentacles?
What is? No, I meant. Where did tentacles come in here? Is it? What?
Oh,
what
as it
creature?
rears up to
I
get
know.
you can see that there's just a mass of, like,
That's how
Scorp-
the skull was
The
traveling.
scorpion was like on. This
is
is a
inside,
weird-
It's not a scorpion.
It's not a scorpion.
It's a weird, like skull tentacly.
It's a horror of some
Yeah.
form.
Yeah, you can see that
Ugh.
its underside is like a soft, sort of maggoty white yellow.
Someone needs to play Call of Cthulhu.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
So you are at -1 to, you're -1 to all D20 rolls, save ends, and until you save, wherever the creature goes, it drags you with it.
Wow.
Yeah,
Brutal.
yeah. Darul,
Right.
you're up.
You just had to stab one.
I didn't get to stab it. I wanted to stab it before anything happened.
I leapt down and smashed it.
Well, no, like originally.
His
I never actually got
to-
to dodge.
well-
It was unfortunate.
Goodness gracious.
Well. A little posty. Oh.
I know. I'm sorry. I was just trying to.
And then it's
weigh-
going to go Vave and Sparky and then Trip.
Colin's just encouraging you.
And yeah, I don't think that was a hurry at all, and I think that was just a genuine we're dying help.
I mean, dying.
So now it's
unconscious.
now it's trying to burrow its tentacles into me, or just grab me.
Yes.
Yes, both.
Yes.
All of the above.
Yep.
Lots of terrible
It just
things.
tracks you.
Lots and
Least.
lots of terrible things.
Right. So it's going to be close range.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so crossbow's not going to be any more effective.
Nope.
I'm just going to straight try to attack it right in the soft, maggoty, yellow
All right, go for it.
core of its nastiness.
Remember, you get to roll
Um,
twice, and they're -1 to each roll.
Grazie. So this is a 16 hit.
A 16 does not hit.
Okay, miss damage, 2 points of damage.
All right, you flail against this thing, and then what I'm going to need from you is
You got a
a
+1 from the escalation. Does a 17 hit?
17?
17 does not hit.
Actually, thank you. Good mathing.
I do need you to make a
Clicky-clacky.
save, and you'll take -1 to the die roll for that as well.
Help me understand, what kind of save?
It's a save against the
Against the...
burrowing into it. Normally you would need 11 or higher, but for this case you would need a 12 or higher. Yes.
Against the tongue. Do I need to make the save?
I think it's just a hard
No,
save.
there's no saving against
Okay.
that.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. There's something I'm looking at for that's a death save.
Did you-
I failed.
You failed?
I failed.
All right, the penalty increases to -2, and you guys can see this thing seems to be drawing Darul into itself.
Gross.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
stop.
definitely gross.
Yeah, I can't help.
Vave, you and Sparky.
I'm just like,
A
on the wall.
question.
yeah, I'm right
to
next to
you,
you.
it sort of looks like this now.
I have one, though.
Okay.
Looks like
I have a question.
I have an answer.
Can
How-
I
Can you make me
use a spell and an attack?
No.
Okay.
Unless
Oh.
the spell says it's a quick or a move action.
Sorry, double check.
No, go for it.
Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna try to use my gauntlet. Can I get over to the scorpion? Or is the mook in the way?
The mook is in the way. You would have to make a disengage check. So here's how that works.
Or
You'll
you
roll
just
an
tell
11 or
them.
you'll roll a d20. If you get 11 or higher, you can move for free. No attacks of opportunity. If you roll a 10 or less, you can either move and take the attack of opportunity or stay where you are and still take your action.
Okay, so I'm gonna try to move. 3. Cool. Alright, we're just gonna attack the mook then. I got a nat 20.
What?
So,
Roll your damage and
here's
double.
that.
Yeah.
The dice gods have been fortunate
Okay.
upon you. Smile upon you. Something.
Oh, man. So damage, is it...
You'll roll it, add it together, and then double it.
Okay. Oh, I rolled the wrong die, too.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, that was
Way
significantly
worse.
less. Okay, that's fine. Can I use the 8 instead? Because, yeah.
Now,
Okay.
The first step bargaining.
that's right.
So...
The steps of...
7 points.
Yeah, they go in whatever order. It doesn't matter.
7 points of damage on the move.
Was that doubled?
No, that was not. So 14.
14. All right, so you obliterate with the gauntlet.
Yeah.
Just muck.
Nice. Nice. Toy.
Sparky?
Sparky.
Okay, he's going to, now that the mook's gone, he's going to go over to the scorpion dude
All right.
and try to get him.
Sparky charges.
Yes. Good at Sparky.
Nat 1, so we just...
Uh-oh.
He's like good half the time.
So a nat 1. Do you want me to narrate the fumble?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm just afraid to.
Okay. That is fair. Roll a d6 and call it even or rule. Call it even or odd.
That's not a D6.
You're right.
You gotta call it before. Okay. Evens? Alright, so roll one more time. Roll to hit, like with your gauntlet. Or with Sparky.
Oh. Roll a d20.
Yeah, roll
Okay.
roll an attack roll for Sparky.
3.
Okay. You take 2 points of damage as the thing turns and Sparky just kind of...
It is a 10, if that helps at all.
No.
Okay, cool. Just checking.
I was going to see whether it did damage equal to your level or like a full Sparky damage for a 1.
Sparky!
I'm trying to help.
Wrong! Them!
We're
Not
working
me.
on it.
No!
Out of curiosity, are any of these creatures on the board, have any of them not taken any damage?
No, they're all damaged.
They're all damaged.
They're all damaged.
Well,
Even this guy standing right here apparently doing nothing.
nice.
Except for
Kinda
knocking
kidding.
Miles unconscious.
Yeah.
That is
But I would be stuck to the wall, so I might be up.
Okay, we'll leave you upright. I like it. The loogie is holding you upright.
Yeah, that's kind of how I pictured it.
Yeah, I like it.
I am
Thank you.
going,
Never mind.
as
Another
per
time.
freaking usual,
Aw, thanks.
I am going to cast the bonds that bind us, and it'll take the place of my famed fortune teller for the duration of this fight. So it's a +5, and it's going to go towards Miles. Miles will remember painstakingly every single time he's been in this situation with us, and yet
Aw.
somehow he gets up every time. So he will now have a +5 to all of his saves.
And then he heals to 0 and spends a recovery?
I don't believe so. I think that's a different...
Oh, okay.
She's just helping me with my save.
Oh,
I'm helping with the saves
All right.
now.
As the escalation die kicks to 2, 2 things happen. 1, the escalation die kicks to 2. 2, you all hear this kind of roaring noise coming from off to the left, and you can start to hear sluice gates opening. And the roaring noise is getting closer and closer. I remember what the second thing was. We're going to go to break. And when we come back, we will start up at the top of the round with Colin. So we will be back in 20. Thank you for watching. We are Iconic Production. This is the Heroes at the Edge of Desolation, or as they are now known, the Obsidian Souls. So we will be back in 20, and yeah, we'll see you then. And we're back. So before we jump into it, I wanted to say, if you are interested in 13th Age and have been looking at picking up some of the books, bundleofholding.com is running not one, but 2 13th Age deals. And the way Bundle of Holding works is you pay sort of the base fee and you get access to some of the books. And if you pay sort of above the median price, you get access to another series of books. And so they've got like Core 13th Age and they got 13th Age Adventures. It's running for December. It's a great way to get the PDFs at a great price. And part of the money goes to a charity of the choice of Pelgrane, which I don't remember what it is off the top of my head. But I will look right now because I have the internet behind this screen.
Poor starving DMs.
Yeah. They're
your favorite DM today?
It is for Human Rights Watch. So again,
Nice.
10% of the payment gets donated to Human Rights Watch, and so it's a great way to support a charity here in December. It's a great way to pick up an amazing game. Obviously, we love it because we're running it. So again, bundleofholding.com. They've got 2 of them, and support Pelgrane, support yourself, support Human Rights Watch. Now
Support
back to the
humans.
game. Support humans. I'm a big fan of humans. You guys are great.
They're pretty cool.
I mean, we're great.
As he says,
Escalation dies
launching
at 2.
into trying to kill us all.
That's right.
I don't think any of these are humans, though.
They were. At least some of them.
Well, I meant like our party. I don't think any of us are human. We don't have a single human.
That's
Maybe
that's true.
the skeleton.
The skeleton, Sparky was a
used
human.
to be.
We're going to establish that right now.
Sparky was
Sparky is
Established.
your token human.
I'm writing that down.
Token.
Human
Hashtag,
question mark?
hashtag token human.
All right. At the top of the round, this frog guy is just really irritating me.
Yep.
I'm going to attempt to grab that tongue that is attached to me and pull him in.
Oh, he's in.
And slash him. Well, that's better. 24.
That will hit.
Lovely. 11 points of damage.
Alrighty.
And since they're not doing any melee damage, was the tongue a melee damage?
The tongue was, yes.
It's already attached to me.
It is already attached to you.
Yum.
So maybe I'm gonna have a rising urge to kill. And I get a +1 to my next melee attack.
Alright, give me your save versus being stuck in the loop.
19!
You are no longer stuck.
Can I get to the other side of him? Oh no!
It doesn't
Bonus
matter.
action is not... It takes an action to do a healing potion, doesn't it?
It does.
Okay. Okay. Cool.
We'll just
Cool.
hope I save.
I mean, we'll see if you do this time. And if you don't,
I have a pretty good chance. She booned me.
I'm
I can't say that.
not sure.
Okay. I'm good. I'm done.
Raise your hand if you've been booned by Trip.
I mean, Colin's hand is up high. 'Cause- yeah.
So both of the toads attack you.
Raise your hand if you've
Does
ever been
a 20
personally
hit your PD?
Yeah.
You are, it is, the other one is now attached to you. And they
So
both
sticky.
do 8 points of damage.
I'm sorry, what was it?
It's the noise I made. You heard it.
It was good. I liked it.
Miles, death save at the start of your turn. Then it will go the other enemies, and then Darul, you will be up after this.
Huzzah.
Death save. I don't get to use my double dice, right?
Nope.
17.
All right, you are...
Not dead.
17. You heal using a recovery, but that is all you do on this turn.
Okay.
You need a natural 20 in order to heal and then still take your action.
Okay. I mean, that's fair. I'm not rolling for it yet.
Are you staggered?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Now I am. After that last hit, I was.
I want these two.
And then
Seeing your eyes pop open.
so he's now conscious.
Yes.
He still gets a +5 to attack rolls, saves, and death saves in case that happens again. So just be aware of that while you're.
Say that one more time.
So you get a +5 still to any attack roll, any save, and obviously the death save while you're the boon is happening. Still.
So all my attacks.
Anytime you roll a d20.
Sweet.
Yeah, plus,
Right.
and you still get the 2.
So give me your other save against the loogie.
My save against the loogie.
Save versus loogie.
That will be 14.
All right, you pull yourself free. Seeing you standing there, alive, proud, not unconscious. That former townsman tries to punch you right in your jaw.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
And gets a natural 20.
You got +5 to your death saves.
Yay!
10 points of damage.
Hey, I'm not dead!
Hey!
Sorry, I'm not
Unconscious.
There we go. Darul, it's you versus this,
Thing.
Ungodly
This-
horror
oh yeah.
full of mucus.
Is it like pulling
pus
him in?
Tentacles.
Does a 19 hit your AC?
Yep.
7 points of damage as you are now right up in this thing's face. You can see that underneath the skull, where you would expect the scorpion face, there is just a lot more of these tentacles, and they all seem to be like ending in sharp little spikes that dig into you. And you find that you're not bleeding when they pull away.
Oh no.
It's good. You're good. You're fine.
No.
It is now Darul's turn, and then Vave and Sparky.
It's like it's not me, right?
I have a power called Meat Puppet that kicks in. Shh.
Alright, do your thing. Attack.
Why?
Why? So you don't die.
No, actually. I'm just saying why for all of the whispering shenanigans. That's your best shot? I'm going to utilize my racial power,
Oh, I should have.
scream out at this tentacly, sticky, nasty bugger.
Okay, so you heal using a recovery, correct?
Correct.
Now, are you staggered? Because if you're not staggered, I believe you only heal half.
Actually, if the escalation die is less than 2, you only get half the usual
there you
healing from the recovery. Still have to roll it, so I will still be able to get
You
a
get
full
the full
one.
amount. Go for it.
Are we at 2?
We are at 2.
Mm-hmm. Excellent. So I'm back to full. Good with that. And that is a free action.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to, on top of yelling and shouting at it as such, that's your best. That's your best shot. By mag and draw, I will pound you into the ground and burn your hide. Something after. Lost my steam. Okay.
That was terrifying.
And then pound
So scared.
my hammer until I smash it with hammers. Yes, my two
See
hammers.
And you are at -2 to the rolls.
Yes. Oh, shh.
Are you still raging?
Yeah.
Yes, and I get to... if I roll a 1,
But it's
when I'm doing that, I
range.
still get to keep
You
one.
get to keep the higher of the two. Yep.
Higher. Okay.
Yeah, the one doesn't matter.
What'd you get?
Mathing. Sorry. $18.
18 will hit.
I'm not really bad.
Yeah. Mathing.
All right,
I'm over
Vave,
here going,
he's going to roll his damage, and then you and Sparky are up.
oh my god, so many fingers.
Value,
Ooh.
literally.
18.
Okay.
18 damage.
That is a bad.
It is staggered. And I need you to make your save at -2.
What's our scorpion?
The scorpion thing is.
That didn't help me at all. What would I...
You need 11 or higher.
You
don't add anything to the save. It's a straight roll.
6.
All right, Darul, your penalty is at -3, and it pulls him deep enough inside of its tentacly body that anytime you attack the scorpion, half of the damage goes to it, and half of it goes to its meat puppet, Darul.
Good.
Meat puppets.
Sorry, I don't even see this.
Yeah, I just woke up and then got punched in the face. Really
Vave,
hard.
you and Sparky.
Would
Things are not good.
negative energy damage do anything more? No. Okay.
They are neither vulnerable nor resistant to negative energy damage.
Okay.
In 13th Age, the GM is required to tell PCs stuff like that.
Which I appreciate.
Yeah, it's kind of nice. You should attack.
See, I just love that look
I'm
on,
trying to.
say, you're using a wand of magic missiles against a wizard that has shield. Just like absorb all of that. There's just something about that hopeless, despairing anger in the eyes of a PC. The look that's in Becca's face right now.
It's so funny because, like, on when I run D&D, all my players always comment about how you're so nice. I'm like, secretly, I'm running 13th Age in my head.
I love that about 13th Age. When this campaign ends, we'll just run 13th Age campaign.
Okay.
With all those books, you get on bundleofholding.com.
Nice plug.
All right, thanks. What'd you get, Viv?
So I'm gonna use Death's Gauntlet on the frog that's closest to me.
The first one to I'm going for it. No, to attack Colin.
Okay.
Were you going to say something about a tongue?
No.
Okay. Just going to sip my coffee.
Too stupid.
23.
23 will hit.
Oh.
Okay.
It's so far away from you.
Hey. Like your
5 points of damage plus
And so it's going to take the 5 as the ongoing, right?
Yes.
All right. Sparky.
Okay, he's gonna attempt to get the scorpion skeleton deal. 21?
21 hits. Roll your damage.
Sorry, you're gonna get hurt. A lot.
8?
Does it add anything to it?
No, just 8.
Okay, so Darul, you take 4, as does the creature. As Sparky brings his machete down, the thing kind of turns so that it at the last second, so it kind of strikes into the scorpion, and then the stroke carries through to cut Darul. It is now Trip's turn.
Good old meat puppet.
Everybody.
I'm gonna try to shoot. Even the strong shall perish at Scorpion.
Okay.
The escalation die is at
Dose.
2.
Yeah.
So it's a total of 6 damage.
All right, so it will take 3, and Darul will take 3 as well.
Oh, toots. I won't take that back, but I didn't realize that was a thing.
Darul is right up in the fleshy parts of this creature.
The fleshy flesh.
Gotcha. I've learned for next time.
Colin, it is your turn. Escalation dice.
I don't think it's gonna get
3.
much better for him though.
Is.
The music playing in your heads intensifies as the fight.
It really did.
As do
I
the
heard it.
sloshy noises coming down the hallway.
So
I'm
are
sure.
It's
they-
true. Yes, you guys hear another grinding and clinking, and definitely
you
the
can.
roy of water. You can hear it kind of like the stones are starting to vibrate, and you can all hear it's coming from the left.
Flush.
I believe it's time to change your feet.
Change your fate.
Just swatch flavors.
Are these things resistant to poison or
They can't be
immune to?
poisoned.
They are not.
They're not resistant?
Or they are
immune?
resistant to poison.
They're
Yes.
okay. Well,
When was that established?
Very beginning. When I tried to poison them.
Aha.
so resistant just means he'll take half.
Yes. If you don't roll high enough.
Right. Okay, I'm going to attempt to attack this thing again.
What'd you get?
Well, since the escalation dice has gone up by 1, when I rolled the 5 again, it went up by...
You still get 2.
I get,
She
So-
rolled 2.
Oh, she did.
this one, because I have a bonus to kill, so 16.
So miss
Uh-huh.
damage.
Yep.
What is it? What's your miss damage? How does Colin the hero nearly miss this thing?
I don't know, but her rising urge to kill. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do an angry flailing.
Okay.
So I'm going to roll 2 d4s. And the higher one goes to them, and the lower one goes to me as I flail about
All right.
quite angrily and no longer really thinking that this is not a good idea.
Do you want to roll your
Mhm.
D4 ongoing, Vave?
Oh.
Your D4 plus your intelligence, right?
Alright, they're gonna take 5
All right.
points of ongoing damage, miss damage.
Okay.
As I'm pulling them in and trying to get at them.
As you do that, you can also see
Hurt
these
myself.
spectral hands that are kind of pulling at them and trying to attack.
Ow. It's fine.
One of them,
Shouldn't feel-
the one that you've done the ongoing damage to, is actually going to take its entire standard action to not attack and get rid of that ongoing damage.
Okay.
The other one attacks Colin. Does a 21 hit your PD?
Yes.
8. It kind of, as you pull it in,
Ugh.
its mouth opens even wider and it
Ugh.
takes a huge chunk out of your side.
Ah.
Miles, you are up. Then 2 guys, and
Okay.
then Darul.
Question about recoveries. Does that take a full
It
action?
takes a standard action to use a recovery.
Okay. I do have my robe, which I believe is a quick action
Okay.
recovery, but you can
Yes,
correct
so
me on that.
if it's a magic item, it's
Okay. So I think what I'm gonna do is man. Can I do a quick action first and then my
sure you can do them in
standard
any
action?
order.
Cool, just in case I get hurt, because I bet that's gonna happen.
Oh,
So I'm gonna do that, which gets me 9, 13. So, oh man, should I just try and recover all the way up, or should I just
Kill them, actually. I don't know if that's possible,
can
but
only
kill
use-
them!
All right.
Hey,
every
Stagger?
return, right?
The one in front of you is staggered.
Okay.
Cool. I'm gonna attack
The
that
last
one.
mook is staggered as well.
So maybe the one that like punched you in the face, why don't you just like get rid of him?
But he hurts me less.
But he still hurts you.
So if you could get
He's
rid of
winding up for a Superman punch.
Ah, that's dumb. I really
Because
want
the
to.
toads have already gone.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want, but that mook is up in the air.
Okay. All right. You've convinced me. I'll attack the mook.
He dies.
Probably.
Yeah, what'd you get?
He didn't even.
A lot.
Okay,
More
he
than
had 1
20.
hit point left, so even if you missed, you kind of impaled him on your dagger.
What?
Gotten the other guy.
No, the other guy already went. The mook
Yep,
was still
and now
to
that
go.
guy doesn't
You
go.
gotta kill.
He does. However, the one in front of, well, not so much in front of you anymore, as it is all that you can see to rule.
Yeah,
Wait,
he's talking about the scorpion
The
thing.
one on you,
yeah.
yep. Your life is nothing more than undulating tentacles and a slightly acidic smell.
Whew.
And you take another 7, 8, 9, 10 points of damage.
I'm gonna go with the 7.
That's fair. And then take 3 more.
Neat.
You guys really can't see Darul except for these 2 dwarven arms with hammers that are hammering on the skull that is the back of this thing.
Is there any way for him to not take damage?
Did you take damage from your own hits?
Why did you have to
hit it?
ask a question like that? That could have just flown under the
Things
radar.
that I had not considered.
just flown
It is
under
your
the-
turn
Damn it,
to
Miles.
roll.
He wouldn't hurt himself. I
Any
guess we
attacks
wouldn't.
against the creature deal half damage to it and half to the creature that is part of its body. So,
Is that
Yes.
a full stop?
yeah.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
sounds...
Pretty
You're
cut
fired,
and dry.
Miles.
The letter of the
You're
law right
fine.
there is pretty...
You're fine.
Sometimes Lee works against me, and sometimes she comes in surprisingly on my favor.
It's 50-50.
I'm going to alter the screen so it points right at Lee, so she can lean on one side or the other, depending on... What are you doing, sir? The Rivner.
What about him?
What is it? The Ruiner?
Hey.
I'm sorry, I
It's a
watched
small-
Brave.
It's a small typographical error that led to embarrassment. So, thanks.
What you got?
With the last... with as much strength as I can muster, I'm going to dig my hands in just to free my mouth
Okay, sure.
and call upon the Rivner to aid me in rivening this thing in half. In breaking free from these tentacles and everything else.
All right,
just to-
I'll allow you to make your save at the start of the turn as opposed to the end of the turn. So if you make it at the start of the turn, you'll pull yourself free. If you don't, you're going to be stuck.
Okay, and that was a +6. Or
Okay,
a
so
6.
you're going to make a d20 roll at -3, and you got to end up 11 or higher.
You can do it.
I'm not going to kiss it this time, because that did not go in my favorite last time.
Should have puckered up.
I thought that's what that squeaking noise was. Go ahead, what are you doing on your turn?
Squeaking noise?
What are you doing?
Where would...
Just go.
How would squeaky...
You
gotta
try,
attack this thing.
You try, and you guys see, like, the mighty thews of Darul, and this thing just keeps kind of, like, every time you move, it slowly absorbs you a little more.
Well, I'm just going to smash the hell out of it.
Okay?
What else is there to do?
Wow.
Crit.
What?
Sorry.
Is it
I'm
crit?
sorry for clapping. Because when I'm raging...
If he gets an 11 or higher on both die, it's an auto crit.
Sweet.
Yes. Correct.
All right, roll your damage.
Double it. Then die?
Oh.
Don't worry about doubling it,
Worth
because
it.
I'll be able to apply it.
It's worth
I'll just
it.
apply it to the two of you, right?
14, so take 14.
Ow.
I'll take 14.
All right,
Ugly tentacle.
you see Darul bring the hammers in,
On his
and they
face.
stagger a bit to the side, and it kind of looks like he's holding the thing up.
I
It
am
is still writhing. Okay,
Because I'm less than half.
all right. It is still up. Darul, you now know what all of those creatures you've hit with your hammer felt like.
I'm a
Yeah.
blacksmith. I've
That's
hit
true.
myself in the hands with my
Yeah, but
hammers.
not in the face before.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what the last thing that goes through your enemy's mind is?
A hammer. Oh, they're two. Okay.
Vave and Sparky.
Alright, I'm going to do Chant of Endings to the enemy with the fewest hit points.
No.
That is the Scorpion.
Okay, perfect.
Is it... Okay, it is nearby enemy. I just wanted to make sure he wouldn't accidentally hurt me.
Well,
Nearby person.
she's
Definitely
absolutely going
Miles.
to hurt him.
How many hit points?
That's fair.
He's staggered, so we have to watch that.
I'm actually back pretty decently. I'm at half. Ooh.
7?
My recovery helped a lot.
Versus
MD.
that'll hit.
Okay, so it's D10 plus intelligence, but negative energy damage.
Okay.
Okay. 8 points of damage.
All right, so Darul will take 4.
Okay.
And it will take 4. And with that, the creature just kind of sloughs off Darul.
Thank goodness.
Sparky.
Okay, he's gonna
Darul, you
Get
no
the-
longer have a penalty to any of your rolls.
Yay!
nearest toad.
There's all of these like little livid
So
blue
nice.
pucker marks all over his body.
25 to
Gonna be the first
nearest
time.
toad.
25 hits.
Cool.
Wow, Sparky's coming in strong.
8.
What you got?
7.
Good work, Team Undead.
That's right, Trip, you are up. There's one enemy left.
Please kill it.
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to do even the strong shall perish.
So twice the escalation die?
It's plus the escalation die.
Oh,
So-
okay.
So what is it? The escalation
3 right now, yep.
So it's 4 plus 3.
So 7.
Yes.
All right, that one is still up, and at this point, you hear the last sluice gate open, and water comes pouring in, and it pours down and around, and I'm going to need saves from the Toad, from Sparky, and from Darul.
Oh.
So what do I do for a
sweet.
save when I'm staggered?
Nothing. It's still
It's
the
just
same thing.
still a straight
Yep.
save.
Yep, 11 or higher. Oh, dang
Mm-hmm.
Yay! I saved.
it. You get up out of the water.
I mean, it makes sense. He's the furthest away. He had a chance.
Sparky, not so much.
Yes, but yeah, 3.
Oh, Sparky.
Bye-bye, Sparky.
Suddenly there are
He's doing so well.
parts of
Sparky
bones
and
everywhere.
the Toad each take 12 points of damage.
Holy
Wowzers.
Ooh, does
Whoa.
he die?
The Toad does.
Oh
No.
gosh.
Yay!
Is this water clean?
This water is very clean.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Might take a sip.
And it
I-
flows down. Darul jumps off the... Sorry, JD. Jumps off the side. And you can see it kind of flows out and kind of around the bend, heads deeper into unseen runnels and drains, and none. You don't hear the clanging anymore. But the water has now kind of dropped to a reasonable height in the waterways, and you can see that there's now a flowing, like all of the basins are full, all of the runnels are full. The water, well, you felt it as it went past. The water was near boiling as it came out.
Indeed. Has this erased all signs of the people we were tracking?
Why don't you give me a roll?
I would also like to look
I
for
also
it.
want to take a healing
Or-
potion.
Or you could, do you have an icon relationship that would help you see something like this very easily?
My icon relations currently are the Red Alchemist and the Demoloth. The Red Alchemist, knowing their ways and how they would try to hide things and sneak things, and are setting up these auction and fighting pits, and having to track the Red Alchemist. I have kind of learned how to track people who've tried to hide their trails.
Yeah, that's awesome. Now, the other thing you can use when you're using backgrounds or icon relationships is you can establish a previous, unknown fact about your character when you're doing that. So you can say something like, during the Lycanthrope Wars of 10 years ago when I was a warlord, well, suddenly now there's a Lycanthrope War that happened 10 years ago, and we'll try and tie that into the story. So, you are used to this. You can see that the tracks actually lead towards the sluice gate.
To
Okay.
the sluice gate.
Sweet. I took one of the healing potions that Chaz gave us.
Chaz.
Is it like okay?
It tastes really hoppy, but aside from that,
It's an IPA.
it's an IPA. So it's
I'm
pretty
also
disgusting.
gonna go ahead and take one of those.
From
Can we use
I
recoveries
have one.
outside of
You
battle?
may use
yeah.
recoveries
So I'm just
outside
gonna
of
use the
battle.
one. That
How
I have.
many?
Oh, okay.
You can use as many as you
Uh,
like. You don't get them back until you have another full heal up.
And
Right.
what does that?
It's an additional D8.
Vave didn't take any damage. Neither
To
did Trip,
your
right?
recovery
You-
roll.
I didn't. I stayed up.
Trip.
Unscathed.
And
I was
also,
smart.
Thief, here's
I'm
some
also
thieves'
100%
oil.
sure if I was
Oh,
down there,
thanks
I'd have
for
been
the
one
thieves'
shot
oil.
So.
I'll use
they're
that
pretty
for
rough.
thievery.
Excellent. Would you like another healing potion?
Yeah, I might want that.
Okay, here, have another healing potion.
Good thing.
Do you- How many healing potions do you have? Because I was a meat puppet. You're out.
Is
No,
the
I'm
thing
not.
Give them all to.
in Colin's
All right, fine. I'm
skin?
just.
No,
gonna use
here's
one.
another one.
Nope, she can
Here's
bullet
one.
free.
May I?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I still have 3.
Do I have to use a recovery to use the healing potion, or is it?
Yeah, you use a recovery, but it gives you an extra D8.
Oh, so then I.
I don't know if I want to use the healing potion then.
Oh,
Yeah,
that
you
was
have 2 then.
sublime. Mathing.
Wow, I did not need to.
That. So my recoveries, I rolled
Jeez.
7 and a 6, and then with the healing potion, I rolled 22. So you are.
All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, cool. Let's go.
Onward and forwards.
All right.
And you are okay?
Yes.
Good.
Trip is just sleepy.
So say we all.
I have
This is the
some rabbit
way.
with gravy.
What she doesn't tell you is it's a live rabbit and a ladle of gravy.
Yep.
Yeah, so, all right. As you guys
Sinewy.
begin to head down, you can see that the gate is open, and you can see that there are several of these gates that extend out. And you can see that every so often there is a black metal gate on either side. Not like a grate or portcullis, but like a metal door on either side. And you can clearly see there are more of these sacks attached to the ceiling, but they're much further up. This tunnel is much larger than sort of the area that you just came out of. And you can hear the sounds of water. You can hear the sounds of like a hissing noise. You can actually see that as you head down, there are pipes that kind of extend out of the wall and run parallel to the tunnel before diving back in. What are you guys doing?
I want to listen at one of these doors. Is it hot?
Yeah.
The doors are not hot.
Are there like people inside these doors?
As you put your ears to them, you don't hear anything but a whirring and a clanking.
Let's open one.
Yeah, are they
Yeah.
locked?
I can
I'm
open
going
it.
to ready
I'm
my
the thief.
crossbow
Okay.
and just.
I'm gonna let you open it, but I'll unlock it for you.
I'll see if it's locked first.
It is not
Look,
locked.
look.
I can
Oh.
touch it.
You want to touch it?
Yeah, I can touch it.
Okay.
Gain some insight as to the inside of the room.
There is a large empty room that hasn't felt the presence of a living thing in a very, very long time.
So there could be something that's dead in there?
Yes, that's what. Yes. Are you sure you don't speak Varthan?
I think I might be understanding it a little bit more as we adventure on.
I'm
Do you have
just
any
gonna
icon
click
relationship
claps.
tokens?
I do.
Which ones?
The
You currently have
Wanderer.
The Wanderer? Wanderer knows a lot of languages. Would you like to establish that over these last couple of days you have learned at least enough Varthan to get by? Like you can ask her where the biblioteca is.
I would like to do that.
Yeah.
All right.
Are there any
Someone else can talk
disadvantages to
Trip.
that? Or is the disadvantage that I don't fully understand it? Because I like that.
All right,
as a
so the Wanderer
disadvantage.
is sort of this person who has knowledge and information and always seems to be in the right place at the right time.
You speak Old Farthland.
So what I'm going to say,
What hast thou
do you have a
been doing?
complication that kind of springs to mind?
I don't understand all of it.
Okay, I will say that whenever you try to understand trip in the middle of a tense moment, I'm going to make you roll a d20. And on a 1 through 5, you radically misinterpret what is being said. Okay?
Perfect.
All right.
Cool. Sounds good.
I do adjust my alarm, so it did go off like service or something like that. It's normally at 9.
Don't know how to turn it off to save my life.
No, I'm. That was not it. That was just like I had that same alarm go off, and I'm like, oh no.
So yeah, let's open one of these doors.
All right. So you're just opening the door.
Mm-hmm.
You pull it open, and you hear a.
I don't like that.
Wait,
Beatles record.
Colin,
Mm-hmm.
21 versus AC.
That will hit.
Come together.
oh,
Yeah, got it. I got you.
16 points of damage.
Definitely use my hardened plating to take half of that.
All right. A spear comes out of the wall and drives deep into your side.
Ow!
Wait, is that in this room? The
Is
dead
it
room?
reloading, or did I?
Oh, it
trip
does. It does not retract.
Okay.
We should, like, I don't know, do what normal people do and check for traps, period.
I just assumed I looked, but I didn't say that,
No.
so
Fine.
I didn't look.
No worries. Colin was just like, ugh, doors. Look.
On the other side of the door, you see, just first of all, like dust kind of billows out of the room. And what you can see is there is a, not built at basically Darul's height. The room,
Okay.
when you kind of head into it, there are a number of tables kind of set into the walls, and some of the tables have dials, and some of them have levers on them, and you can see that there are Maiar crystal lights that are sort of flickering, and some of them are made into little domes that are like filling up to different levels in these little glass bubbles, and the glass has markings on them.
Mm-hmm. Hey, dwarf.
I mean, like,
What is this?
We just found a bunch of dials in a room.
yeah, what I was going to say is I'm going to start talking with the group because being a dwarf, living in the mines, being familiar with the architecture and the booby traps, and are you laughing at
Please
traps?
continue. Yeah,
Yes.
100%.
100% laughing at
Funny.
I said traps.
It's like trips.
But for one, noticing the dust and the rest of it, I'm going to pull out my scarf, wrap it around my face, because as a volcanic explorer, I've been exposed to a lot of dust in terrible situations. But then start talking with everybody and analyzing for traps that I might be familiar with, trying to get an understanding of what I see in this room.
All right. Give me an intelligence plus level plus
Dwarf.
Plus, life in the mines,
plus
perhaps?
volcanic. Life in the mines.
I would just say that might be more direct to it.
Yeah.
I would just started thinking, being in volcanoes, you can have a lot of dust and ash and soot. And
Yeah.
I'm going to put something on my face to not
But this
breathe
is
that in
specifically
anymore.
to try and interpret the.
Yes, this is more about the.
Okay.
This is more about understanding what's in the room. Where's the traps? Are there traps?
Okay.
Because it's all my height.
Yeah. What did you get?
That's where I need to be at. 24.
Nice.
So there are no more traps. You know that most of these older dwarven areas have traps, really to keep people out of these control rooms. And you're guessing this one is broken because a single spear is not normally the only thing that would happen at the door. But this seems to be some sort of control area, as if it was designed to... Like, you don't know how it works, but you know how to read it, if that makes sense. Pressure seems to be building, but it is at the very bottom of the glass dome, and you can see where there's like water rivulets kind of still hanging down, as if that dome might have been full pretty recently, and is now dropped.
Flush.
Seems like that just happened.
Water? Well, I relay this to the group. And
So someone just activated it. Although
Maybe it's automatic.
that would make more sense to clear out all the sewage, potentially.
Mm-hmm.
hey,
Maybe
Necromancer,
we shouldn't touch it. Let's move on.
or anybody, can we tell if there's anything
You really want to
dead or recently
Minor crystal.
dead?
You want to give
Do
me
it.
your a wisdom
Are they
plus
helpful?
level plus your spark roll?
What did I
They
get
hold
plus the
magic.
spark?
What?
What
So
did
you don't you have a
It's magic
background
power.
on the path to?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, roll that one.
Okay.
Do it.
Wisdom. Level 11. 50?
As far as you can tell, there are no spirits around here.
Hey, Darul, are any of these crystals unnecessary?
Like, you want to steal him?
Steal is an ugly word.
She just
No,
wants payment for getting injured. That's all.
I was thinking about liberating it as a gift for somebody.
I'm gonna sneeze. Nope. Okay, sorry. I don't know. They're just instrumental crystals. Are they valuable?
You're pretty you know not to mess with the gauges, like pulling them out, any of these crystals out. There are stories in the mines, right? You don't understand how any of this works. You could pull something out that's just decorative. You could pull something out that could set the whole thing off.
All right, we should
When
move
I
on.
was a wee lad,
50 chance?
I got beat severely for
Okay.
even asking about them.
Uh-huh.
That's about what I know.
Uh-huh. So
I-
like 50-50
I-
chance?
I
70-30?
really don't know, and I don't want to stick around if you're going to touch them. I'll go in another
Sorry,
room.
boo.
I know they're shiny.
All right.
That's
Well, let's move on then.
Okay.
Do we want
Shiny
to check the other room?
being beaten. That's
Would we know if the other rooms would be similar to this one?
No, in your mind, these would only come up every so often, like every major intersection in the region. The other rooms, though, are probably just like storage rooms, that sort of thing. This is not a living section. This is a working section, if that makes sense.
Do we?
Then let's
Trip.
continue on.
Okay.
First thing Trip ever says to Miles is in Varthan, check for fracking traps.
It's fine.
Okay.
It's just blood.
are those traps that
I was really hoping
Involve
I'd misinterpret that. I really
piping
tried.
water?
You really tried.
Different-
All right, so
the other day.
I
joke
know.
about fracking.
Yeah, what else do we see? I mean, we've seen these rooms. There's things on the ceilings.
There are more things on the ceiling, and as you head down, you can see that they all look like they've ruptured
Oh, recently?
recently.
Ew.
There's also score marks on the walls, as if something has scraped and damaged the stone, sort of in the direction that you're going, and you can hear the sound. That grinding noise, that thrumming noise is starting to get louder the further down you get.
I'd say let's just go check that out.
Sure.
You want to lead the way? I'll go right behind you.
Why don't you check for traps as we go?
I would love to check for traps as we go. Are there
Okay.
traps on the way? Do I need to
Cool.
roll?
Yes, you do need to roll.
Okay. Do I still have the boon and or...
If he doesn't, he does now. I can cast it at will.
How often do you get to do that one?
At will. Forever. That one doesn't
But
have a
it's not a
specification.
daily or anything?
Nope. It is not.
Nice.
All right, go for it.
Do I have the
Honestly,
two
I
dice,
think
or is
this
that
one's like
one
the
gone?
main Fate Weaver one, because its bonus is up every time you get Adventure Champion in Epic. I'm sorry, you asked a question.
No, it's okay. I'll just roll for it.
Do you? Yes, you still have the +5.
As far as I can tell, there are no traps.
Did you add the +5?
Yeah.
Plus, wait,
Are you-
plus your
did you-
level,
did you-
plus your intelligence.
Plus your
Right.
yeah.
Okay, so I rolled a...
Did you roll 2 die for 1?
No.
Okay,
Okay.
roll
Well, that's
two.
what I was asking
You gotta
about.
roll
I didn't know
2.
if I got 2 or not. Okay, cool. That was worse.
Oh gosh.
Okay.
But so if I'm adding intelligence and level,
And level plus
and
plus
background, or yeah. Plus,
so
plus
I got
5.
14.
And then a background.
No. The
No,
plus
back-
5 is the background.
Oh right, because the background's our
Yeah,
shared
14.
one.
14? All right, yeah, it looks clear to you, man.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Totally looks clear.
Even on a 14, it
Mhm.
couldn't just be like that. Looks like a weird rock, but I don't know why.
Or there could be no traps.
I think-
always say it looks clear.
I think we
More
should keep going.
stressful than the surety of there are none.
I'm gonna keep walking
Yes, I will continue
with
on.
the slight
That's
unsureness
pretty,
of
dang
that
it.
there might not, probably aren't, maybe traps.
If you roll well enough, I will tell you whether there are traps or not.
For sure.
If you roll not well enough, I will not tell you either way.
Yeah.
So that's why it looks clear to you.
Yeah.
All right, so as you guys head down, you can hear that kind of behind the grinding noise, there is a crackling. And you can see that as you kind of come to a T, to the left, you can see like a large metal door. It looks like a large angry dwarf's face kind of carved into it. And to the left, you can see a series of stairs that sort of start to go down. And there is
I'm so glad you get
there's
the joke.
light coming up from there, and the crackling noise
just
is
learned.
definitely coming from that side.
Do I recognize this dwarf's face?
Do you recognize this dwarf's face?
That's what I said.
Yeah. No, do you have any icon relationship tokens?
None left.
Okay, then you recognize it merely as the Great Builder, one of the like the faces that really kind of comes up multiple times. You're guessing that like the Builder's clan sort of reveres this nebulous, the architect, the founder. These kind of are multiple names for this guy's face. It's over a lot of things in Crandok Hold, especially the places that you're not allowed to go because it's been deemed too dangerous for dwarven kind.
So danger ahead.
Danger ahead.
The crackling, does it sound like lane?
Yeah, I was
No,
wondering.
it sounds more like maybe like lightning or sparking, something like
So
that.
before we go through angry dwarf face, let's look at crackling.
I think that's smart.
All right.
What do we see?
As you guys descend down the stairs, the crackling starts to get a lot more noticeable. You can see like sparks kind of leap off the wall onto your quills. They leap off the walls and kind of dance between your horns. If your hammers get too close to the walls, you can see a lot of these tendrils of lightning kind of coming off. They don't seem to be damaging you. They definitely seem to be present.
I don't like
Is
this.
it like sparks?
It is sparks, but not sparks. Good
Does
eye.
it intensify as you go further?
It does seem to intensify as it goes further. You are probably the most uncomfortable as you have fur.
Yeah,
and
I'm
Miles
sure.
is like, you can see like where it's coming out from like, but only where it's like not held down by your armor or your hood or your scorpion.
So here and here
Yeah.
and here.
Yeah.
Your
Vague is
tail?
probably doing
As you
that
come
too.
around the corner, you can see that this is some sort of dwarven device. You don't know what it is. There's a pedestal in the center of the room, and there are 4 arcing bridges, or at least there were. The bridge that leads to the center from where you're at is still in place, and the bridge to your right is still in place. The other 2 have broken off, but you can see
Can we repair that?
possibly. You
Might
can
take
see
a
where
while.
like the metal tubes that were like really hot to the touch kind of come up to the center, and there is a spinning stone ring that is moving not as fast as my finger was just going. That was misleading, but spinning pretty fast. And in the center, there's the energy is arcing from the ring, and there is a small tear in space, and you can see 3 of the woman who had the scorpion mask standing around it. As more of these creatures that are covered in the slime and the spiders, you see them take a villager who screams and they throw it into the tear, and it kind of hits. And as the villager the citizen of Druthan sort of dissolves into the tear, there's a thrum and the tear opens a little bit wider.
Is this like a tear through the interdict nomus and demons are coming out?
Nothing is coming out yet, and you don't know. But
I feel like I should.
That is where we're going to stop for tonight.
Can she throw Demeloth at it first?
Like the whole icon?
Yeah, just the whole person.
That's right.
Just throw the Demeloth.
That might open the bridge all the way.
So what are you trying to? How are you leveraging what is your connection to Demeloth? Is it positive or negative?
It's a negative.
All right, so how are you leveraging this negative connection to the Plague Lord of Undeath?
Often when it comes to undeath, it's an exchange. Someone dies and something comes back. And so, with learning and understanding this icon that has created the Plague Elves and has brought a lot of ruin to them, would I recognize this as a demonic ritual versus like a devil or undead?
So what do you recognize it as?
What is the better
what is the
two evils?
what is the lightest thing that this could possibly?
It's a fluffy bunny magic portal.
The bunnies
It just
are from
brings
the money
small
python.
spiders into the world.
Small spiders aren't bad.
Right, yeah, no, they're helpers. That would be good.
Yeah, I recognize this as a ritualistic exchange, probably for demonic entities, but I also recognize that it can be closed.
Sure, so you're going to say it's demonic entities.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not undead entities.
Oh, but undead.
You should make it undead entities.
But those things that we were fighting were not undead. And that's what's coming back through.
Oh, no, they're not coming back. Nothing has come through
Nothing's
yet.
coming through.
Oh!
Yeah, nothing has come through yet at all.
Oh, yeah, no, it's totally an undead portal then.
Right, so it's a portal to... Well, and that makes more sense with
the
your
plane
connection
of
to
Ashes, or Destiny.
Demeloth.
Yeah,
Right.
but I also recognize that there's a way to close it.
Can I use mine?
How?
I've seen this before.
Okay.
What does it
really-
do?
I don't know.
Can I just say, I really appreciate the simplicity of that statement. That is confident and will play a role.
Do you want to define it, or do you want me to?
Can I say that you can define it, but I know how to close it?
Sure. I'll tell you how to close it?
Yeah.
Sure, that's fine. It is a tear into the plains of dust and ash. You've seen it before because you probably at one time in your past life attempted to use it as such. You can faintly glimpse pale yellowed marble on the other side, as if there's some sort of building on the other side of this thing. You know that you can close it, but you can only close it from the other side.
Okay.
All right? And that is where we're going to leave off for tonight. You guys have fun?
Yes,
All
sir.
right. So I'm going to make, like I've told you guys, so we have a big announcement for Iconic. Next Monday, which is our last game before we go on Christmas break, will be my last time running the 13th Age Heroes on the Edge of Desolation game. And starting in the new year, Becca will be taking over this game and running it for the channel. So Becca will be your GM going forward after this next session.
Yay.
So tune in next time for the finale as JM saw the campaign, and tune in at the start of January for the same game, the same characters, picking up right where we left off, but Becca will be at the helm interpreting icon relationship roles and running the game from there on. So we will be back tomorrow night with our Torg game, and Fading Suns on Thursdays. So thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching on YouTube. Follow us on Twitch. Follow us on Twitter. Follow us on YouTube. Subscribe, like. We appreciate it. We appreciate all your feedback. If you're interested in supporting the channel, check us out on Patreon at Iconic Production. So, any final thoughts?
Yay!
We're doomed. I mean,
Yay!
That's right. This has been 13th Age. I'm JM, the GM for at least one more session, and this has been an Iconic Production. Thanks for watching.